Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Banter with Builders.
Welcome back. We have a great episode in store for you guys.
We are so excited because we have Kevin and Tom coming from our Tucson office to talk all things Saguaro Creek K-8, which is that new school that we just finished up last week. So we are so excited to hear more about it. All right, guys, let's get into this super exciting episode. Welcome back to another episode of Banter with Builders, and I am so excited to welcome Kevin and Tom to the podcast.
Thank you.
Hi, Macy.
How are you feeling?
Excellent.
Cool. We are so excited, one, because it's hard to get Tucson people up here for something like this, so thank you for coming up. But also, this is our first time we get to talk about a project that's been completed, like a big one that everyone's been, kind of watching from the start. So we're going to get into that, but first, I have a game for you guys. A little icebreaker. It's called This or That. It's quick. I'm going to say two things, and you guys spit out your first thought. Ready?
Sure.
It's a Rorschach test.
All right, here we go. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Salty.
Sweet. Texting or talking on the phone?
Texting.
Phone.
Always early or fashionably late?
Always early.
Always early.
Zombies or aliens?
Zombies.
Aliens.
Ooh. Shower at night or shower in the morning?
Shower morning.
Morning.
Wow. Impressive. Be stuck in traffic. You guys are always early and shower in the morning. That's a double whammy.
Not together, but yeah.
Thank you for clarifying. Be stuck in traffic or stuck in a long meeting?
Traffic.
Same.
Traffic. Netflix or Hulu? Or cable?
Hulu.
Netflix.
Unlimited tacos or unlimited pizza?
Tacos for sure.
Salad.
Wow, healthy king. All right. Winter forever or summer forever?
Winter forever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, Tucson weather. Phoenix weather.
Forever?
Yeah.
That's more summer then.
No.
What?
Sweatshirt in the evening and shorts. Perfect.
Yeah, Tom, you're right. 7 months in Tucson is
way better.
Is way better.
But that's not winter. I'm thinking like shoveling snow winter.
Definitely
Or like
summer
swimsuit
then.
summer.
If you have to shovel
Yeah.
snow, summer.
That's what, right? Don't you think that with winter?
Well, yeah, winter in Phoenix and Tucson is just summer in
True.
Flagstaff. So I see what you're saying, but if he's saying Tucson, then
Okay.
I also agree. Winter in Tucson would be perfect.
Way better.
Summer in
Yeah.
Arizona or winter in Minnesota?
Summer.
Yeah, summer.
Okay, same. Be the funniest person in the room or the smartest person in the room?
Well, I know what Kevin's gonna say.
Me too.
But I'll be the funniest.
So then Kevin can be the smartest.
No, yeah, we'll take turns.
Okay, that's a good mix right there. Coffee or cocktails?
Coffee.
Coffee.
I'd have to go with cocktails, but I don't like coffee. You guys both drink coffee?
Yep. Every day.
Do you have energy? Oh, you have energy drinks. Do you drink?
How can you start the day without coffee?
I cannot start the day with coffee if I wanted to.
Oh, all right.
Sometimes I'll get one just like if I'm super tired, and I'll take like 2 sips and then that's it. I just can't do it. My mom said it would grow with age, but it hasn't. So I'm like, same with wine. I know you're a big wine guy too. I can't do wine.
Yeah, well.
Do you do wine?
I did last week when we went to Fleming's. I think that was the first time
I
ever
also
drank
did coffee that
much.
night because I had espresso martinis. So we all tried something new that night. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that was my this or that. That was fun to hear you guys. You guys are kind of opposite on a lot of them. Zombies. I love zombies. You said aliens?
I'm aliens, yeah.
You're aliens?
Because you can talk to an alien. What are you going to say to a zombie?
Can you talk to an alien?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
No, but we sent spacecraft out with little messages. So
Okay. Yeah.
maybe they're coming back with the answers.
And you're a texting guy, Tom. That's like
Yeah.
rare, I feel like. Normally it's like
Why? Because I'm old and old guys don't text?
not because you're old, but because you're not Gen Z.
True. Well, maybe because my kids were always
Texting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It just seems like that's where everybody's at now.
It is.
Even the subcontractors.
Oh, really? They're texting?
There's a lot more people that text.
Wow. Interesting. I would think that would never change with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Fair
It's
enough.
quick.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
got
how-
time for a long conversation. Just
I know.
it
It's
out
like,
real
here's
quick.
my question.
Yep, let's
Here's
go.
your answer. Let's go.
Yes, yeah, I don't know the texting rules, so I just stay away.
That's true. I feel like I've texted you before, and it's always a call instead of a text response.
You ever
So
get any emojis from him?
that would be crazy if I got an emoji from Kevin.
It's just gonna be like a wine emoji.
I'm gonna.
Do you have the emoji keyboard? Does everyone have that now? You used to have to
Oh yeah,
download it.
I know.
Okay, you
I
have
know
it,
where it is. Yeah.
but not using it.
Maybe I'll start with you, and
Okay,
I'll develop my
please.
skills.
Yeah, there's an alien emoji, so you can send that.
There it is.
All right. Well, before we get into a little bit more about you guys outside and inside of work, I want to jump right in to the exciting elephant in the room, and that's Saguaro Creek. It's done. It's complete.
It is.
How are
It
you
is.
feeling?
Great.
Yeah?
That project went so smooth. The whole team.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
the
what I've been
owners,
hearing.
the architects, obviously everybody on our side.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great project all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Tom. From when we won the project, and Tom had his signature, "We're the A team. That's why you want us." Yeah, that was a true story.
Yeah.
It's owner meetings were fun. We resolved all kinds of issues. We made it on time. Yeah, it's as good as it gets.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like, I guess going back to when we first won the project, all four of us were part of the proposal and presentation, interview, and everything. So I know the two of us were so excited when we heard about this project. How did you guys feel in that moment when you realized, like, yep, we're doing this?
Well, it's funny because like me and Grenay had conversations before, like when we were interviewing, we're like, we really want this project.
Yeah.
We really want this one. And we went in there with that confidence and we won it. And it was just, something that you work so hard for and you get rewarded for.
Totally.
And then it's time to perform and just knock it out of the park. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better project.
Yeah, for sure. And how long was the process from the moment we won till last week, I guess? How long
Well,
has it been?
it was 13 months of construction,
Okay.
and the project was awarded so we could start in May, but we weren't ready because the drawings weren't ready. So we lost a month, and then we started in June, and kept going.
Yeah.
And for those that are listening that maybe aren't part of Concord and don't know the project, give a little 30-second spiel on what the project was.
Well, the project itself was on 22 acres. Our side of it was about 28 million. So 6 buildings with a huge site, athletic fields, basketball courts, solar canopy, huge courtyard. So there was a lot of things. Obviously, bringing in the infrastructure was really a big deal. We had a great sub for that. Borderland came in and they really helped us
Shout
out.
out.
Yeah, shout out to Borderland, one of our top subs there.
Nice.
And they did what they do, and they moved all that dirt as quick as possible, gained that extra month that we lost, and
Nice.
just really, got us started. And
Well, I'd say shout out to all the subs. This
course.
is
Yeah.
the best project where the subcontractors understood the goal, and every single one of them knew that school starts on July 14th.
Right.
There
This
is
done
there is no
by
failure.
then. Yeah.
well, perfect example for our subs is they would work Saturdays without us like asking them or them
Wow.
asking for change orders for
Yeah.
extra, extra manpower overtime. And usually you don't see that, but they came in and if they weren't, caught up, they would be there on Saturday and work through Saturday. And I think there wasn't too many Saturdays that we didn't work.
Wow. So it sounds like the A team like expanded into all of our subcontractors too,
yeah.
which is huge.
Yeah, count the number of weekends that Tom worked, and
Wow.
he made less money because he worked so many Saturdays.
That's crazy.
But it was, that's just the goal.
Right. And when you're passionate, it's work, but it's like you want to be there and you want to get that done.
And Saturdays aren't as crazy as, full work week when you have, 20 subs.
Right.
You get a handful of 3 or 4 or 5, and it's kind of more of a chill day on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So that was good. But no, we took turns, me, Mo, Brandon, Blake, everybody that was involved, Luis, Victor, we'd all take turns, and be
Nice.
like, hey, I need the Saturday off. So other guys helped and filled in. So
Cool.
it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Sounds like it. So it was great and it turned out amazing. But what do you think was the most challenging part of the entire process?
Well, I think part of the challenge was we were still designing when we started.
Okay.
So we had multiple GMPs because the architects weren't ready when we were. So we started the dirt work when the buildings weren't completed, and we didn't have all the full design going on. So
Does that come with risks?
it does.
Okay.
It does. It's once again, it goes back to a collaborative team of the owner and the architect and the contractor, all filling in the gaps so that it causes more problems. But when you resolve the problems, it works out. So
Got it.
that's different on a project of that scope with such a tight schedule on
Yeah.
it.
What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I think the challenges were just making sure that guys were in order. You know what I mean? Because I had 6 different buildings. So to finish something, to move to the next one, you know, we had to push them a little bit to finish up so we can keep everybody moving, keep that train rolling. That's probably the hardest thing. But when you get together and you talk to the subs and you're always, you know, working with them hands on, then everybody knows the goal. It's like, all right, you got to be done by Wednesday so we can get ready for the next sub. You know, in multiple buildings like that, you're just chasing. So I think that was probably the biggest challenge. But
You know, I think we also worked the utility companies because they're not in our scope, but they had to be ready when we were. So there was a lot of developing of relationships. Tom and I could call the right people in the gas company or the electric company, water company, and they would give you the normal, we can't guarantee that, and yet they did. So
Nice.
that was nice.
yeah, the relationships with them have come a long way than how they used to be back in the day.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I think we gained their respect. You know, we told them when something was ready, and it was, so they could come in and do their work, make the schedule easy for them also. I think that's how they give us that little extra attention that helps us, you know, propel the project.
Awesome. And is this your biggest project you've done?
Myself, yeah.
What about you, Kevin?
It is, and I remember at the beginning talking to JV, and he was concerned because it was so big, and
I'm
would we
wondering
be
how that
overwhelmed?
feels. Right.
And I think Tom and I both looked at it and says, "Look, this is 6 little projects just happening at the same time."
Cool.
And I don't think either one of us stressed.
Yeah, when I knew I was going to start chasing subs from building to building to building, I knew that's how it had to go. You know, of course, we got a few setbacks where, you know, we'd hop back to a different building. But, you know, if you have them moving forward the whole time, then I knew we could do it. Yeah, just keep them moving.
Nice. What do you think was the biggest, like, wow moment or milestone for you, both of you?
Power.
Yeah, power was a big one. The SES was delayed.
Yeah, because it was unknown until the very last week of what was it? We got it in May.
Oh,
whether
wow,
we were thinking of plans for how to compensate if we didn't have electrical gear.
Oh, okay.
We were brainstorming alternative generators, and we talked to everybody, and it felt like we planned so much that the universe said, "Well, you don't need that."
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
Like, boom.
and it showed
The
up on
lucky
time.
one. Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I mean, it was delayed, but it could have been delayed even worse.
Right.
So we did luck out by getting that.
But you still had those plans for
Oh, yeah.
backup.
Oh, we
just
did.
in
Have to have
case.
plans.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And then we talked a little bit about it, but what do you think made that relationship with the owner and architect so seamless? Because I've heard that from everyone, even people who weren't directly on the project, like, you know, that little circle of architect, owner, and us. It just really was always, or at least from what we think, seemed positive, collaborative, seamless.
I think it's just having the friendships, you know. I mean, sure, we're, you know, working with the client and we're working with the architect, but we've worked with them in the past and we've built that relationship and have those personal relationships, you know, actually knowing about their family, knowing about what they do, what they're interested in, what their hobbies are.
Yeah.
I
That's
think when you have good friends working together, that's what helped that project, I believe.
Yeah.
We all had the common goal as well.
Yeah.
There was no failure, and so the choice to do that in a owner meetings were fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We would laugh and tease each other and have a good time, but in the back of our minds, it was everyone was rowing in the same direction.
I think it was important too, where I could ask a question and not have to wait for the answer. You know, we'd
Okay,
talk it.
yeah.
We would sit there and work it out with the owner. We'd work it out with the architect, come up with the solution right then and there, get a drawing the
Nice.
next day, and we're off and running.
Yeah.
There was no wait really on anything.
So everyone was just go, go, go.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's-
unless we had to
yeah.
run something by the engineers, you know what I mean? We had answers. We came up with something pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and that helped it a lot.
Well, and
really
I
cool.
think they valued our core value, which is be responsive. Anybody could make a phone call at any time, any day of the week, and we would get a response.
Yeah. Is that hard to find, like, sometimes with projects?
It is. yeah.
Okay. And OAC meetings, are they sometimes not as, like, fun? I guess I've never even sat in on one, so I guess
Oh, we'll invite you to one. They are fun.
There's different personalities.
for sure, always.
Yeah,
but
so-
sounds like we just got really lucky with this team.
Well, Tom and I have worked together long enough that
Okay.
we have a way of bantering back and forth that fits real well.
Nice. How long have you guys worked together for?
Ever since Kevin started.
Which
Yeah.
is how many years are you at now?
7.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, we started at Lexus. Yeah.
Lexus.
And you've been with Concord 20 or 9? How long?
12 the first time.
Okay.
And then I went and did my own thing for 8, and then I've been back for 11 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a long time.
Yeah.
You're up there with Nancy. I know she was here the whole time, but I just asked her yesterday, and I think she said 23 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
My employee number is 9406.
I didn't even know we had employee numbers.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
how does that work?
So-
Mine starts with an 18.
So in 94, I was the 6th employee hired.
Whoa.
Oh, that's right. It's the first 2 is the year.
So you were 2018.
18.
What's the next number of yours?
06.
1806. So you're 6.
I was 6 of that year.
So mine's gonna be 23 something. What's yours gonna be? 22.
Mm-hmm.
You were a year. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that because that's the ESOP year.
Wow. Yeah, I had no idea we have employee numbers.
Yeah.
Enough to get mine. All right. Well, let's fast forward to just a couple weeks ago. We had the ribbon cutting and then the first day of school. What was that like, finally seeing those kids come through the doors, seeing the principal up there cutting the ribbon? Like, it had to feel like surreal. It's been so long and such a long time coming. Everyone's excited.
Everybody was excited. There's so much anticipation.
Yeah.
Just seeing the teachers through the days working up to the opening day was really cool.
Yeah.
Trying to keep Kate, you know, helping her out any way we could.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt for her because she had so much on her plate.
I'm
But,
sure.
you know, me and Jerry walked up front when all the kids were coming in and the parents were dropping the kids off. And she was up in the very front, just excited and happy and
So
talking
cool.
to everybody. So we hung out there for a little bit and then went back into the courtyard, the main area, and just seeing all the kids lined up with their new teacher. And just, it was like a big spider web of kids going to their
cool.
classrooms.
Yeah.
That was a highlight for me.
That's pretty awesome.
It was cool.
So opening a school, 6 buildings, is like moving into a new apartment 100 times. There's so much to do in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of stress. Everybody's loading the classrooms, you know, all the teachers are there. And I'm with Tom when after the ribbon cutting, I just stood out in the main section at the amphitheater and watched the little kids turning cartwheels on the
yeah.
brand new school. And yeah,
They were playing cornhole.
Yeah.
So
They had
cool.
Connect Four, all that stuff. They had it out in the amphitheater, just hanging out like they had been there before. They were just
Wow.
having a great
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, even at the ribbon cutting, when watching them walk around with their parents trying to find their teacher's classroom, I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I can only imagine how you guys felt. That's awesome. Was there any like valuable lessons learned that maybe from the project that you would, I know you're now going to be general, but that you would maybe have taken to your next job?
I think just making sure we take care of the clients, making sure that whoever's involved is part of it, and they feel like they have some worth to it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the one thing.
What about you, Kevin?
You know, a project that big and that complex requires some serious organization and some constant interaction among the team. And I think we had that. Tom, Alicia, and I as the primary people
Yeah.
keeping this thing together. We always went back and forth and made our lists and made sure things were covered. And on a single project job, that's less intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, last thing. I don't know if you have any to share, but anything funny or unexpected that happened during construction that you can share with us?
Well, one of the architects was named Bollard.
Oh, yeah.
And so at every owners meeting, we talked about whenever we needed a bollard, which is a steel post filled with concrete that protects things.
Oh, I didn't know that's what that was.
See?
Thank you for teaching me.
So Mark Bollard was, we teased a lot because
That's funny.
and he was
Yeah.
good natured.
And then that one meeting where Phil just kept going back and forth on
Oh yeah,
all
we
his puns.
we punned back
Oh
and
my
forth
gosh.
for 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It was funny. Everybody was laughing. It was
In an
great.
OAC meeting?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
like I need to be invited to one of these.
And it's on a public one with the state guy watching.
Oh,
us
even
do-
better. Yeah.
It was fun.
That's cool. All right. Well, anything last minute things you want to talk about with the project? We covered a lot. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
exciting for the employee owners who weren't as involved, even as Lily and I were with all the events, to hear how everything went. So
Just another shout out to all the subs.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had some great ones. Made some new friends.
nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some good relationships. You know, we can't do it without them, and we know that we can't do it without
Yep.
them. So I just want to say thanks to those guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to phase 2.
Yeah.
So the school
Yeah.
is designed for 1,000 students, but it's only
Okay.
built out for 650 right now.
So right now, is it all the way to 8th grade? Or no, not yet.
No, 7th grade, because those 7th graders will become the first 8th graders.
That's right. You
Right.
told me that the ribbon cutting. Okay.
yeah.
So to 7th right
But
now.
they
and then
anticipate
next year.
another 350 students, and so there's a whole planned phase
Yeah.
2. So,
But that won't be for
well,
a while.
it's growing fast. We'll see.
It is
Okay.
growing fast.
Tom
That's
and I are
cool.
ready. We'll do
Yeah,
it.
that neighborhood out there, I mean, they plan for over 6,000 homes.
Is that right now, like the students that are there, is it only in that Rocking K community?
Pretty-
People aren't like, I didn't know if that's a thing that you
I'm
can.
pretty sure most of them are right there. I
Okay.
think some of them might be coming in from a little
Because
ways
it's far,
out, but
like
yeah.
to come in for that, but it's such a nice school.
It's,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
I could see parents being like worth the drive. So
Oh, yeah.
cool. All right. Well, now I want to learn more about the two of you. Before Concord, Kevin,
Yes.
what was life before Concord?
Depends on how far back you go, Macy.
Back to
That's a deep question.
one of my favorite photos of you with your sister. That's where I want to go back to.
So you are talking when I was 19 years old, and my twin sister and I were clowns for the city.
There it is. That's the one.
Yeah, we ran a penny carnival that went around to the summer programs for all the schools.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and we charged the kids a penny, and we made all the games. So
You did?
yeah, you didn't call it cornhole back then; it was beanbag toss, and we had and we blew up balloons, and you've seen the picture.
I see. I know. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to throw it in there on the clip, so you're gonna have to send it to me.
Yeah.
So when would they win prize? Did you have prizes too?
Oh
Or
yeah,
was it
yeah.
just-
So
oh, okay.
we made the kids paid a penny per game, and you would come to a site with maybe 400 kids,
Okay.
and they'd have a buck, and so
Wow.
they'd play the games over and over and over. We made enough income that the project was self-sufficient. It paid
Okay.
for all the prizes and
Wow.
candy we gave out and balloons and the whole 9 yards.
Now you pay like $20 for 3 rings to toss on the
Yeah.
thing at those carnivals. It's crazy.
A
I'm
little
like,
stuffed animal.
and then you win a Dollar Tree stuffed animal after you spend $40.
You know, in those days we gave out candy, so we probably ruined a
Okay.
few teeth, but
Hey, that's better than a
the kids had a good time.
dollar stuffed animal. That's cool. Okay, so then fast forward a little bit. What was your first job in construction?
My first job in construction was Olanic Construction, and I had no construction experience. So I answered an ad for a project manager intern, and I showed up with a photo album of home renovation projects. And I walked in the door and I said, I know nothing about construction other than what I've done over here, but I can manage a little bit. And so they hired me.
Wow. And how old were you then?
I was 40.
So what did you do between 19 and 40?
So I was an EMT and an ambulance driver.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And then I taught flying at Snoopy's Flight School. And then I worked for KLM and Lufthansa Airlines.
What is Snoopy's flight school?
It's a little flight school where you got your private pilot's license
Oh.
and you flew little Cessnas.
I thought that was like a ride at a amusement park or something. That's
No,
what I thought you were being funny. Oh, okay.
No,
That's cool.
That was the name of it.
Wow.
I taught typical people how to fly. I wore Birkenstocks and shorts until I went to work for Lufthansa.
Do you have long hair?
Not then.
You had long hair.
I did. When I was
How long?
When I lived in Germany, I grew my hair and it was below my shoulders.
You have a photo of that?
No.
Oh, darn.
You just imagine it. See,
Yeah, I'll
take
stick with
this.
the clown. Yeah, I'll take the flat and think about it. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, so did you work as a private pilot as well, or just as a teacher?
So I was working as an EMT, and I would drive by Ryan Airfield every day, and I had a job where I worked a week on and a week off. And in my off week, I would drive by the airfield and see the Quonset huts, the World War II Quonset huts. So I just drove in one day, and there's a note pinned on the door. It says, "Keys are on the dash, have a nice flight." And I turned around, and sure enough, they were. Long story short, I went back and I paid $20 for an intro flight. And then from there on, I traded all of my flight hours by cleaning airplanes and doing maintenance.
Wow.
And all the way up through flight instructor.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And then that was at Snoopy's for 3 years. And then Lufthansa bought a building next to Snoopy's. And so I wandered over there and I said, well, I speak German and I fly airplanes. Can I work for you? And I did that.
Is this all in Arizona? Are you from
Yeah,
here?
it's all in
Okay.
Tucson. Yeah.
Okay.
So 6 years with Lufthansa, and then KLM bought the school. So then I worked for KLM.
And then you decided construction.
So the school moved to Florida, and for 2 years I commuted week on, week off from Tucson to Florida.
Okay.
And then the trade towers fell down, and the Dutch said, you have to stay in Florida, full time. I said, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So came back to Tucson in 2003. Said, what do I do now? And, that's where I went into construction.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, so you're or an intern, not a PM, an intern.
Well,
PM.
I negotiated my pay as a PM intern from $8 to $10, and within 18 months I was their senior project manager.
Wow. Okay, and then you came to Concord?
No, then I worked for D.L. Withers, a big
Okay.
company out of Phoenix.
Yeah, that sounds
had
familiar.
a Tucson office.
Okay.
And I worked for them for 6 years. And then Dan Withers retired and the company went out of business. And that's when I came to Concord.
Okay. And when you came to Concord, what was your first position here?
I was hired, I was interviewed by Jason and JV. And they knew my past as a superintendent. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, what are you, a superintendent or a PM?
Yeah.
And I told them, it doesn't matter what you call me, we'll find a fit. And that's what they did. So my first job was San Luis as a superintendent,
Okay.
the port of entry.
Wow, yeah.
And then after that job, then they came back and says, now you're a project manager.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
And now you're a project director.
And now I'm project director.
Which we'll get into in a little bit, but I want to hear first, Tom, you started with Concord in 94.
94.
And
Yeah.
what was your position?
Labor. I pushed a broom.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously, I was going to school.
Yeah.
I also did my EMT.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had the state and the national, registry.
Yeah.
I was planning on trying to be a firefighter, but back then there was 1,800 guys, testing for Tucson Fire.
Oh, okay.
So it was tough. It was
Yeah.
tough to get in. I was close both times I tested, but at the same time, I mean, I was still, going to school, working to get, make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So I worked for Concord.
So how old were you
Yeah.
at this point?
Probably 19.
19, and you were going to school, trying to be
Yeah.
a firefighter and working for Concord?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
So, yeah, I started
That's
off,
crazy.
literally started pushing a broom. And I've told this story lately too. It's funny because I remember cleaning up a job site and Jim Jackson, founder,
yes,
owner.
yeah.
He walks in and of course he was talking to the superintendent and then eventually he made his way over to me and he just started talking to me and I didn't know who it really was. And then obviously he did introduce himself and he's like, "You're working hard." He's like, "I'm going to give you $2 raise." And I was just like,
Right there?
right then and there.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
First time I met him. And I don't even know what the dollar amount was, you know what I mean? Because it was so long ago. But yeah, I mean, the culture from the very get-go with
That's
him.
crazy.
I mean, that's where it came from. That's where it started. He cared about people.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, really nice guy. He'd do his job visits and made sure that he talked to everybody,
That's awesome.
even a laborer.
Yeah.
So I worked my way up. Labor, carpenter, assistant super. Worked with some great superintendents that taught me a lot. Worked my way up. Started running work. My first job on my own was Clements Fitness Center, and that was Kevin Barber's first with Swaim. Kevin knows who Kevin is.
Kevin knows Kevin.
There's a lot of Kevins out there.
But it was his first job, like his first. Here you go.
Okay.
So him and I built that out together, and it was a great project for the city of Tucson.
And how big was that one?
I think it was 5-6 million.
And now we just finished Saguaro Creek. Wow, that's crazy.
But
Okay.
So ran a couple jobs, and then I decided I was going to go out on my own. Of course, that was right before the market crashed in 08.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I'll build 2 or 3 custom homes a year.
Yeah.
And make a lot of money. But of course, the market fell out. We got creative. We got with a bunch of banks, and just started doing a lot of work for the banks. Remodel work.
Yeah.
And then picked up a few other contracts and stuff. Built a couple homes for other people.
Cool. Really cool.
Did that for 8 years, and I've told this story this week too. But so me and Jen were sitting at the house, watching TV. It was like a Sunday afternoon or something like that, and work got slow. We were kind of kicking around. What are we going to do? How are we going to, how are we going to move forward?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you can always go back to work for Concord, because I left on great terms, of course.
Right.
And I was still, we even did a little bit of work for Concord, with my company. So she threw that out there, and I was just like, yeah, maybe I'll give JV a call. Literally 5 minutes later, I get a phone call, and it's JV.
No way.
Swear. And I look at it, and I show Jen, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, hey, we really need a superintendent. Can we have lunch? And I'm like, sounds good. What day do you want to do lunch? And I met him on Tuesday, and he offered me.
Wow.
And back to Concord. It was meant to be. It
Totally.
really was. It was meant to be. It was a sign.
Yeah.
Since then it's been back for 11 years.
That's crazy. And now you're working with both your sons. How's that?
Yep.
That's so cool.
It's really good. I don't know how they obviously get their work ethic from their mother. Because they're doing great.
Yeah.
They work hard. They care. And that's something that me and Jen have always, instilled in them.
Right.
Is, you work hard. Same with athletics. I think they learned a lot from athletics, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
That it's great to work with them. Now that I'm in a different position, I just got to keep making sure that they're doing their job.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though.
I
enjoy it a lot.
That's super cool. All right. Well, and then moving into that new position, and then you're in a semi-new position. How long has it been since you've been project director? I can't remember if it was last Christmas or the Christmas before.
It happened after strategic planning.
Yeah.
So they created that position. So we're into the
Okay.
second year.
So second year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So I guess we'll start with Kevin. What's been the biggest difference from PM to PD, and how's that transition been?
So the PD role is different than a PM role because it has a bigger vision. It has a mentoring quality. It has a role model quality, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. It's instead of the interaction with just the team on a particular job, I enjoy that I get to be interacting with all of the teams on all of the jobs in Tucson.
Okay.
And that's a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we have new employees that are willing to grow and climb, and they're willing to listen to things I have to say from my experience, for better or worse. So I like that.
That's cool. Tom, this episode could not have come at a more perfect time.
Right.
Saguaro Creek, and then we hear that you are going to be our new general superintendent. What, when that position first came out, what kind of made you want to apply? Were you looking for something
Absolutely.
a little different?
No,
Oh.
I needed it.
Okay.
I wanted to change.
Nice.
I needed some growth.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Building a almost $30 million school is pretty exciting, and it kept me busy. But there's, I knew I needed to do something else.
Yeah.
And when that came about, it was just like another perfect timing.
Yeah.
And so, I was all in. When I heard it came out, I was all in. And that's all I thought about every day. You know,
Wow,
it's one of those things you're like, you know, anticipation for Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was literally just, you know, that's what I wanted.
That's cool.
So here I am.
Here you are.
Yeah,
Well, we're all excited. Yeah.
First week up here. Been going around with Ted and meetings yesterday.
Yeah.
We did get we got started last week with some jobs, you know, job walks in Tucson. But this week, you know, the full week with Ted up here. You know, I'm glad I signed up for it.
Tom's going to own it.
I will.
He's gonna.
yeah.
There's a glove that fits very well.
Yeah. We're excited for it. And then what do you think you're most looking forward to within this change or during the time?
You know, like I said, the excitement for it, you know, for myself, just different things, different obstacles, getting to know everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Seeing all the different personalities.
Because you're going to be traveling quite a bit.
Yeah, traveling. Yeah. From here, Mojave County, Havasu.
What's the drive from Tucson to Havasu?
It's 5 hours, I think. 5.5.
For some reason, I thought it was similar. Someone told me that
I
it's
think
not
it's
that
pretty. I think
because it's like
pretty
3.5,
close.
I think, from us.
You know, if we would get a Cessna, Tom,
We can fly back
I'd
and
fly
forth.
you up
A
there.
Concorde jet. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's do it.
Renee? That would be crazy. Oh my gosh. I always say I want a Concorde Jeep to drive around. I'm like, I'll drive around a blue Concorde Jeep. So, but a jet sounds better. So let's do that. Okay, so you're going to be going to Havasu, to Mesa, to Tucson. What's the training looking like? Like, how long are you going to be with Ted? Because he moves when?
They're shooting for beginning of September. So
Oh,
the rest of
quick.
this month, August, yeah. I mean, but of course he has a few things that loose ends he needs to tie up. So it might go a little bit longer, but
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, I want to try to start taking stuff off of his plate here shortly.
Yeah.
We went through a bunch of stuff yesterday, and I think I could pick up on, you know, lightening the load for him.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm all in right now for going and meeting guys, checking jobs, looking at what they have coming up, looking at their schedules, looking at their safety. Yeah, I mean that's what I do.
Yeah.
So it's right up my alley. So yeah, I'm going for it.
That's awesome. Yeah. And Kevin, before we end, or before we do our last game, I need you to, I heard you have a new dog. Is that true?
We're about to have a new dog because there's another rescue dog wandering around the neighborhood that my wife is about to trap, and
What kind of dog is it?
a white one.
A white mutt? How many dogs will that be then?
Well, we have 5 now, so that would be 6,
6 dogs.
unless it's 7.
And they're all rescues, right?
They're all
just,
rescues, yeah.
Do they just come to you? They just
So where I live, unfortunately, people dump them in the desert.
Oh,
and
sad,
then,
really?
And then they end up at our
They end
house.
up at your house.
Yeah.
And how many cats do you have?
Well, we have 2 in the house, 1 in the garage, and 6 in the shop.
Do they all have names, or are they like more like just
Yeah, my
outside
daughter
cats?
names them. So
Okay.
and then changes the names. So
Oh.
one of the cats is named Patience,
Okay.
and she named a chicken Pine Cone.
Creative. I like that one,
Yeah,
actually.
because we have chickens, of course, as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You
So
should have like a petting zoo day for all of us.
that could be chaos at its best.
That would be so fun. So 6, 7, 8, 9 cats?
Yeah.
9 cats, 5 dogs, almost 6.
Almost
How
6.
many chickens?
9.
Kevin, I need to come see this.
You're welcome anytime.
Do you guys have a rooster?
We do not.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Why? What's wrong with the rooster?
They attack. We had chickens growing up. My dad used to laugh. I'd be running through the yard.
Oh, they
crying
attack
'cause the
humans?
yeah, they're aggressive.
Oh.
Yeah, when my oldest daughter was 4, it wasn't a rooster, but a chicken pecked out her earring. thought it looked like a bug. Yeah. It came right out, but
Oh my god.
That's what happened to me when I was 4. I got off or 5. I got off the bus, the kindergarten bus. They have a piece of paper stapled to me. It says, "I'm Lily Anderson. This is the house I need to go to." And so they get me to the house, and then I walk in, and my dad has the chickens out. They think it's a piece of bread because they're throwing them loaves of bread. It's like that.
No.
And running after me. I'm like, "Rooster Bob, no!" And
Rooster Bob.
I'm crying, running throughout the yard, and my dad is just like, "Huh?"
That sounds traumatizing.
It was, yeah.
You said it was,
I
yeah.
still love chickens though.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're all going to your house next, Kevin. When we're in
Okay.
Tucson next. I
All
wanna
right.
Yeah, that would
meet
be
them
fun.
all. All right, one more game for you guys. It is called the one word wrap up, and we are going to play before we sign off. So each person has to describe their answer to this prompt in one word only. So first one, describe how this episode has been in one word. Choose carefully.
Oh, I have to start.
I started the last one.
You know, I love words, but
Just one. Lily, we failed.
I've survived.
Thank you, Tom.
It's for some reason it's more stressful for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, I'm not.
Even by then, you're still. Normally, people are like stressed in the beginning, and then we get off, and they're like, "That was fun."
Yeah, it was
No.
fun. It was okay.
Kevin's like, "Yeah, no, not me."
It was okay.
I'm gonna cry when we get off this.
I don't
Oh.
text either, so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, one word to sum up your week. Well, it's only Tuesday, but so far,
Eye-opening.
is that considered two words?
Yeah.
Well,
words.
we'll
No, we'll give
No,
it to
there's
him.
a hyphen. It's one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we
Good
can
point.
do that.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin.
It's successful.
Ooh, what happened?
We have been approached by Marana School District for 2 design build projects.
Nice.
We walked another car dealership project this morning.
Cool.
Vale has another project for us to work on.
Wow,
So we have
that
another
is.
site walk coming up. So
How was the Miranda ribbon cutting?
it was the smallest project that has had a ribbon cutting ever.
Okay, that's
And-
what I could
and-
tell it was going to be. Pretty,
Yeah, but it was very friendly and we had a good
Good.
time. And yeah, it was fun.
A lot of cookies. Were there a lot left over?
The teachers took cookies home like, all
Okay.
over the place.
Yeah. Good. All right. What is? Oh, well, Kevin already answered this a little bit. What's your current mood in a single word that's not stressful?
Ironically, I'm relaxed.
Oh, okay. Tom,
Say it one more time.
your
What was
current
question?
mood in
My
one word.
Current mood. I was gonna say relaxed too.
Okay. And then this one might be a little hard. One word to describe the project you're on right now. I guess for you, Kevin, for your projects.
Well, yeah, I'm not on a project. I'm on multiple projects.
Yeah. So give us one word that summarizes it.
Teamwork.
Oh, good. Tom, what about you? New position. One word to describe how you're feeling in the
Excited.
position. Awesome. That's super cool. All right. Well, Kevin, I'm sorry this was stressful, but I had a lot of fun with you guys. So thanks for coming on and talking all things Saguaro Creek and more about yourself.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, repost. You know the deal. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye, guys.